Hi guys, this is a quick correction video. I'm so sorry. When I was doing question number 18, here across these other guys, I'm focused on 18. For some reason, it's no apparent reason, when I was moving this 5x squared to the left side, I changed it to negative 5x squared, and then I suddenly changed this x to a 5x for no apparent reason. Sorry about that. It was not supposed to be 5x. It was supposed to be just this x. So that should have been plus x plus 6 is greater than 0 now that this is moved there, yeah? And then the rest of the procedure would have been the same, but because, early on I had that wrong coefficient, everything else got messed up. So I'm going to just redo the whole question from start to finish so you guys can see the solution. Now, alternatively, just make a side note, I could have moved the x plus 6 to the right side of that inequality instead. And how would you do that? You'd subtract x and subtract 6. So you'd have 5x squared minus x minus 6 on the right side, and then on the left side would be now the 0, right? In this case, would be 0 is greater than that. Or if you want to rearrange it how we're more used to seeing this, it would be 5x squared minus x minus 6 is less than 0. See how this expression is on the small side of the inequality and the 0 is on the big side? So, these two statements are actually equivalent statements. You get those by, multiply both sides by -1. And I don't know if you remember this, but when you multiply both sides of an inequality by -1, when you flip the sign of or the direction of that inequality. So, you could work with this if you prefer, and then the procedure will be the same. But, uh, let's just go with this guy because that's more similar to how we originally did the question when I wrote the wrong thing. So let me just, rectify that error. Let's go that route. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna note is here, A is -5, B is 1. And here I'm after putting this thing in vertex form first, right? H is negative B over 2A, and remember K is F of that thing. So what is negative B over 2A? It's -1 over 2 times -5, which is -1 over -10, which is 1/10. Okay? Oops, 1/10. Okay, so that's H. Now K is going to be F of that, right? So it's F of 1/10. And so I'm going to get, where's my expression? Here's the expression I'm looking at here, right? So I'm going to do 1/10 as the X. So it's going to be -5 times 1/10 squared plus 1/10 plus 6. Okay, so that's going to give me -5 times 1 over 10 squared is 1 over 100 plus 1/10 plus 1 plus 6. So that's -5 over 100 plus 1/10 plus 6. And then, this is a case where you can just plug into your calculator if you want, but this is -1 over 20. And let's change everything to 20ths then. That's 2 over 20. Oops, sorry. And then plus something over 20, that would be 120 over 20. Yeah, multiply top and bottom by 20. Okay, so then, combine those things. -1 plus 2 is positive 1/20th plus 121 plus 120 is 121 over 20. So very, very ugly answer here. That's our HK. Yeah. Uh, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I forgot what I'm doing here because thinking about the other section for some reason. Okay, okay. So here we want to graph this thing, right? So let's kind of start with what we got so far. We have the vertex 1/10. This is 1/10 would be like over here somewhere, and then 121 over 20. Let's just approximate this, or let's change it to a form that we can see more easily what that is. 20 equals to 126 times, right? And you're left with 1/20th. So it's 6 and 1/20th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're 1/10 over. So you're somewhere over here, right next to the line. And your A is -5. That means you're opening downwards. And that means when you go left 1, down 1, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so okay, that point is actually just slightly, barely visibly above the 6 and slightly to the right. So it's like something like this right here. Yeah, just slightly to the right and up. Okay, and then it's gonna go left down 1, down 5 from there. So it's gonna be just slightly above this, something like this, yeah. Something like that. That's the general picture. Okay, so we want to know where it crosses those 2 points, right? So in other words, where are the x-intercepts? And to solve that, we're going to plug the thing into the quadratic formula here. So x equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And here we'll fill in our values. Here the b was 1 and c was 6, yeah? So this is negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times negative 5 times 6. That's all over 2 times negative 5. Okay, so that's negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20 times 6 is, oh, it's nice. Times 6 is 120. And then this is plus 1, so that's 121, which is a perfect square. So that's why it's nice. Bottom is negative 10. Okay, so that's negative 1 plus or minus 11 over negative 10. Okay, that's getting kind of nice. So if I do the negative side, negative 1 minus 11 is negative 12 over negative 10. If I do negative 1 plus 11, that's going to be positive 10 over negative 10. Negative 12 tenths is negative 6 fifths, or 10 over negative, I'm sorry, I meant positive, because it's negative over negative. 6 fifths, or 10 over negative 10 is negative 1. So we got 6 fifths or negative 1. Also, look, this is actually exactly at negative 1, that cross here. That's a 0, negative, negative 1, 0. And this one right here, that's going to be just a fifth past the 1. So 6 fifths, comma 0. Okay, sweet. So now we can answer a question, right? When is this thing bigger than 0? Bigger than 0? That means the area in between, right? This area right there. That's where it's bigger than 0. So now I write my answer. Answer is, okay, from the left side, which is negative 1, up into 6 fifths. And you notice here I have open parentheses because this is strict inequality, does not include the boundary points. It's got to be strictly bigger than 0, not equal to 0. All right, so there is solved it by the graphical method. Hey guys, thank you for bearing with the mistakes. Sorry again for these careless errors.